Today's lesson is sets. A set is a well-defined collection of objects. Meron tayong dalawang keywords, well-defined, tsaka collection. For example, the set of positive even integers. Bali ito ay si 2, 4, 6, and so on. This is a collection, and it is well-defined because anyone well-informed about the subject knows and agrees that ito yung mga laman niya. Anong example? Ang hindi example ng set. A set of lucky numbers. Because if you ask different people, they will give you different answers. So this is not a set because although it is a collection, it is not well defined. Sets are usually denoted by capital letters. So for example, this set can be denoted by the letter E. Pero pwedeng kahit anong gusto ninyo. Pwedeng kahit anong letter bukod sa E. The objects in the set are called its elements. So for example, si 2, it is an element of E. 4 is also an element of E. Let's look at this example. Consider set A containing the elements small x, small y, and small z. In this case, we say that x is an element of A, it is a member of A, and it is in A. So lahat yan ay tama. And in symbols, we write that as follows. X is in A. And similarly, y and z are also in A. Paano pag wala sa A? Halimbawa, W. What's the relation of W and set A? In that case, parang yung equality sign lang, it is not. Lalagyan lang natin ng slash. W is not an element of A. Here are some special sets. Number 1, the universal set, usually denoted by U. It is the set of all objects under discussion. So, kunwari, ang pinag-uusapan natin ay mga vowels, consonants. Malaki ang chance na yung universal set natin ay yung set of letters in the English alphabet. So, ganun lang siya. Lahat ng objects under discussion. At the other extreme, the empty set, also called the null set, it is denoted by this, o kaya ito. So, para siyang letter O with a slash. O kaya it is the set that literally contains nothing. So, yan yung empty set. It is the set that contains nothing. No elements. Natural numbers, ganito yung symbol natin. Pag sinulat natin yan sa board, ganito yung itsura niya. So, double slash down, tapos N. Dito medyo iba yung pagkakasulat. It consists of the counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Mag-ingat lang kasi yung ibang books, ang natural number nila ay it starts at 0. Pero sa ating class, ang natural numbers ay mag-start sa 1. Okay, so hindi ito yung susundin natin. And the set of integers, ito yung symbol niya. So, para siyang letter Z with an extra slash. Weird, no? Kasi integer per letter Z. This comes from the German word Zahlen, which means numbers. Ang laman niya ay si 1, 2, 3, yung mga natural numbers. Si 0 sa gitna. Tapos yung mga negatives. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and so on. So, pag ang set ay infinite, okay lang na dot, dot, dot yung gamitin. Basta malinaw na yung pattern. For sets, order, and repetition do not matter. So, halimbawa, if we are given this set, ABC, kahit paano mo yan isulat na balibaligtad, because order does not matter, okay lang yan. It's the same set. And so on. Marami pang pwede. Furthermore, repetition also does not matter. So, kung paulit-ulit mo man isulat yung A, B, or C, it's still the same set. And for simplicity, of course, we prefer this. Kasi una, walang umuulit. Pangalawa, naka-alphabetical. So, susundin pa rin natin yung logical order whenever possible. Here are some notations involving sets. The first one is called the roster method. Ito yung set notations ay mga paraan how to denote a set. Roster method is also known as the enumeration method. So we literally enumerate the objects in the set. For example, the set of vowel letters in the English alphabet, pwede natin itong tawaging letter E halimbawa. We literally list down ano yung mga vowel letters in the English alphabet. So, A, E, I, O, U. Hindi nakalimutan ko to sabihin, ganyan mag-ano ng set, no? We enclose it in curly braces uh, to tell that it is a set, that it is a collection. Hindi lang basta isusulat yung ABC. Kunyari, sinulat mo yan, mali yan. That's not a set. But the moment na lagyan natin ito, it is clear in math that that is a set. The set of even integers, point again, nagamit na natin, hindi E. Bakit E yung ginamit ko? Vowel, o di V. Dito, pwedeng E. Tapos we enumerate. But this time again, dahil infinite yan, hindi natin masusulat lahat. But as long as the pattern is clear already, in this case, 3 is enough. So, malinaw na sa lahat ng informed na yan yung laman. That, pwede na. The set of even integers. Set builder notation, ito yung mas mahirap ng konti. In this case, instead of listing, we describe. So, halimbawa, how do we write V using the set builder notation? Hindi, pwede na the set of vowels pa rin ito. So, ganito siya. Gamit ka ng variable, so x, such that, ayan yung symbol for such that, colon. Yung ibang books, gumagamit ng slash, down slash. Okay lang din yan. Such that x is a vowel. So, yan na yung ating set. Yan yung set builder notation. So, sinasabi natin, take note, hindi natin sinasabi na x is a vowel. Ang sinasabi natin ay the set V, the set of vowel letters in the English alphabet, it contains anything such that that something is a vowel. And to be more precise, it is a vowel letter in the English alphabet. Di kung makikita mo yung set na yan, ano ba yung mga something, what are all the things such that that something is a vowel in the English alphabet? Hindi, ito lang siya. A, E, I, O, U. So, of course, we should get the same set. Because this is just another way of writing the same set. Okay nga, sige, challenge. Do this. How do you describe this? Even integers. Pause the video at pag-isipan. The most obvious thing to do is to literally just copy the description. Pwedeng x, or in fact, hindi kailangan x ha. Again, this is just a variable. So, kung anong gusto mo, heart, such that heart is a vowel letter in the English alphabet. This is just a placeholder. So, any vowel letter in the English alphabet should appear here. At ito yun mismo, A, E, I, O, U. So, this is just a variable. The most obvious thing to do, di ganun lang din. X is an even integer. And this is correct. The problem is, in math, as much as possible, we want to be descriptive. At hindi to descriptive enough. Can you think of a more descriptive way of writing this set? Pause the video at pag-isipan. And this is the answer. Sa math, ang standard way of writing the set of even integers is as follows. It is anything of the form 2k. Again, k is just a variable. You can use other variables such that k is an integer. Sige, intindihin natin. Anong sinasabi nito? Lahat daw ng bagay na 2k, 2 times k ang itsura, where k is an integer, it will belong in this set. Tingnan nga natin, ano ang example ng k? Can you give any integer k? Kunyari, k equals 0. That's an integer. So, 2 times 0 should be in this set. Adi, nandyan si 0. Okay, ano pang integer? Suppose k is 1. 1 is an integer. 2 times 1, you get 2. So, that means 2 should be in this set. And I hope you see the pattern. K can be 2. 2 times 2, we get 4. That's in this set. K equals 3. 2 times 3 is 6. It will be in this set. And so on. Because there are infinitely many positive integers, infinite din itong to the right. How about to the left? K equals negative 1. It is an integer. So 2 times negative 1, it is in this set. And so on. So yan na yung alam natin na even integers. So tama. This is the more standard way of writing the set. The set of even integers. Now we go to set relations. Again, based on the name itself, relation, it tells us the relationship between two sets. The first relation is called the subset. Ang symbol natin sa kanya ay ganito. Ang base dyan ay A is a subset of B. And that happens if all the elements in A are also in B. Intindihin natin. So let us look at these four sets. W containing A, B, C, X containing C and A, Y containing D, and Z containing B, C, and A. Gusto natin malaman ano ang relationship ng sets na yan kay Z. Okay, what's the relationship between X and Z? Is it a subset? Sabi, lahat ng elements dun sa una, dapat nasa pangalawa. Ang una dito ay si X, C, and A. Lahat ba yan ay na kay Z? And the answer is yes. Ito si C, ito si A. Lahat ng na kay X ay na kay Z rin. So we say that X is a subset of Z. How about Y and Z? Lahat ba nung na kay Y ay na kay Z rin? The answer is no. In fact, Y contains only one element, D, and it is not in Z. So in that case, ganun lang din parang dun sa not a member or not a subset kanina, not an element, ganun din dito, not a subset. How about W and Z? A, B, C. Okay, again, nakashuffle lang siya, no? In fact, lahat nung na kay W ay na kay Z at lahat nung na kay Z ay na kay W. Okay lang. Edi walang problema. Lahat ng ang requirement lang naman, lahat ng nasa una, nasa pangalawa. Lahat ng tatlong to, A, B, C, ay nandun sa pangalawa. A, B, C. So it is a subset. Walang problema. How about Z and Z? Pause the video, pag-isipan. Again, of course, by philosophy reasoning, Z and Z are the same thing. So lahat ng na kay Z, of course, ay na kay Z. So it is a subset. Huwag malilito dito ha, maraming nalilito dito. It is a subset kasi lahat naman ng na kay Z ay na kay Z din. Okay. Next ay set equality. And ito yung pinakamadali, I think. We say that sets A and B are equal if the elements in A are precisely the elements in B. So let us look at these four again. Ano dyan yung equal sets? Ayan. Di meron lang tayong dalawa, si W tsaka si Z. W and Z contains exactly the same thing. Nakashuffle lang. Hindi, okay lang. These are equal sets. And of course, a set is always equal to itself, syempre. So, X, of course, is equal to set X, and so on. Ito, obvious naman ito. That's always true. Ang isa pang tanong, if you understood the lesson so far, how do you define set equality using the subset relation? So, dito kasi gumamit tayo ng word na precisely. A, if the elements in A are precisely the elements in B. In other words, kung ano yung na kay A, yun mismo din yung na kay B, and vice versa. How do you define set equality using the word subset? Okay, pag-isipan, yan ay lalabas sa inyong quiz. And next, the last set relation is called the proper subset. Okay, wag malilito. Itong subset ay para siyang, sige, i-describe muna natin. Proper subset, A is a proper subset of B if, number one requirement, A should be a subset of B to begin with. But, number two requirement, A should not be equal to B. In other words, lahat ng na kay A ay na kay B din, pero bawal silang equal. In other words, kahit papano may lamang na at least isa si B. Yun yung sinasabi nito. Dapat lahat ng na kay A ay na kay B. Kanina, pwedeng mag-equal sila. Okay lang. But this time, dapat may lamang na at least isang element man lang si B. They should not be equal. Kaya siya proper. Para siyang talagang contained siya. Dito kasi pwedeng equal. Ang palatandaan ko dito, para hindi ako malito, ay yung mga numbers. Halimbawa, 5 is less than or equal to 6. That is true. Kasi ito ang pagbasa dito ay less than or equal. Or naman di ba? Yung logic natin last time, basta may isang masatisfy, okay na. So 5 is less than 6 or 5 is equal to 6. Although hindi siya equal, less than siya. So this is true. 5 is less than or equal to 6. In this case, para siyang subset. At the same time, siya ay proper subset. Pwede nating i-drop yung guhit sa baba. Ito, this part. So, pwede nating sabihin 5 is less than 6. Minsan, ang basa natin dyan ay 5 is strictly less than 6. And that is true also. Pero, paano kung 6 tsaka 6 na yung kinakumpara natin? Ito ay less than or equal pa rin. Remember, less than, hindi sila less than, pero siya ay equal. So, okay lang. 6 is less than or equal to 6. So, parang pasado pa rin siya sa pagiging subset. Pero yung proper subset, hindi na. You cannot drop the or equal part. Kasi 6 is not less than 6. Mali na siya. So, ganun ko siya tinatandaan. Parang subset, para siyang less than or equal. Proper subset, para siyang less than. So, sana ay walang malilito na dito. Okay, edi look at this set. the four sets again, ano dyan yung proper subset ni Z. Okay, looking at these things, X kanina ay subset ni Z, and this time it is still true. X is a subset of Z. Kasi lahat nung na kay X, C tsaka A, ay na kay Z din. C tsaka A. And at the same time, they are not equal. Si Y is not a proper subset of Z, so this part of the requirement is already violated. Kasi dalawa ang requirement eh. To be a proper subset, dapat subset ka muna, and at the same time, hindi equal. Eh, it's not even a proper subset. It's not even a subset. So, talo na agad, hindi na agad. So, therefore, Y is not a proper subset of Z because the first one is violated. Okay, how about W and Z? Okay, ito na yung example ng subset siya. So, this part is satisfied. Every element in W, A, B, C, it is here, A, B, C. So, subset siya. Pero, sila ay equal. So, hindi na so this is violated. This part, it is violated. Therefore, W, although it is a subset, it is not a proper subset. And lastly, how about Z and Z? Well, again, any set is equal to itself. So, this part is also violated. So, kahit siya ay subset, siya ay hindi proper subset. So, ang tanging proper subset pala ni Z sa list na ito ay si X lang. And the last concepts for the day ay set operation. So, parang sa logic, kung meron kang mga basic objects, sa numbers, you can operate. Sa logic, you can operate also. And ganun din dito sa sets. We can operate with sets. The first operation is called the union. Hindi kayo malilito dito kasi itong symbol natin ay ganito, mukha siyang letter U. And it is defined as follows. It is anything such that that something is in A or it is in B. Remember from last meeting, ang logic pag or, pwedeng na kay A, na kay B, or both. Allowed yung both. For example, consider set X containing B and A, Y containing C and D, and Z containing A, D, and B. What is the union of X and Y? So again, kolektahin lang natin. It should be in X, so B and A, or it should be in Y, C and D. At wala namang overlap, so that's already the answer. How about the union of Y and Z? Pause the video, pag-isipan. Okay, this time, again, you can just be very literal. You just copy, pwede naman din. So, yan yung laman ni Y, or it is in Z, A, D, B. And technically, this is correct. Pero sa ating class, mamalian natin kayo. Bakit? Kasi umulit si D. Again, for sets, repetition does not matter. At gusto natin yung pinakasimpleng sagot. So, ang pinakatamang sagot ay, do not rewrite D anymore. Just write it once. So, this is the acceptable answer in our class. Ano ang mangyayari when you get the union of a set in this case X is equal to B, the set containing B and A, pero in reality it can be any set. Ano ang mangyayari pag in-intersect mo ang any set with the null set? Okay, and that will appear on the quiz. So, sagutan natin ito, pag-isipan. And isa pang comment pala sa union, it uses OR, at ang symbol natin sa logic ng OR ay ganito. So, hindi rin kayo malilito dyan kasi ito ay mukhang letter R for OR. So, wala nang malilito dyan ha. Ang ganito, P or Q, mukha siyang letter R, OR yan. Ito naman, U, mukha siyang U, so union yan. Okay, how about yung intersection? E di, pilosopo, no, binaligtad lang. Ang palatandaan ko dito, letter N. Intersection. Mukha siyang letter N. So, hindi na tayo malilito. Dahil mukha siyang letter N, yan ay intersection. Ganon din sa logic. P and Q, ito ay mukhang letter N. So, yan ay end. Dahil kamukha niya si letter N. So, wala nang malilito. Intersection, ang set na yan ay anything that is in A and at the same time, it is in B. So, required na masatisfy pareho bago siya mapunta sa intersection. Again, consider the same sets. What is the intersection of Y and Z? So, ano yung common sa kanila? It should appear in both sets. And the answer is, si C, ay wala dito, so hindi natin kukunin. Si D ay na kay Y at na kay Z. So that's the only common element. Tama ba ito? I just write D. Mali, kasi pag sinabing intersection, it is still a set. Ay, ito, kita nyo, naka-curly braces pa rin. So, dapat set ang ating pagsagot. So, it is the set containing D. At yan lang yung common sa kanila. How about X intersect Y? Pause the video, pag-isipan. Okay, notice, si B ay na kay X pero walang B dito. Si A ay na kay X, walang A doon. Walang common. So, therefore, this is the null set. Or pwede rin ganito. Pag-isipan, paano kung si X, again, X can be any set, in-intersect mo siya sa null set. So, what will be the answer? Lalabas yan sa quiz. Okay, the third to the last idea for the day, set difference. Ang literal na difference, ang symbol natin ay A minus B. Yung ibang books, ang symbol dyan ay ganito, A backslash B. Pero para mas madali sa atin dahil difference, ito na lang. So, yan ay anything that is in A and at the same time, it should not be in B. Maintindihin natin ha. So, ibig sabihin, we start with A. And lahat nung na kay A, na na kay B din, tatanggalin natin pag nakita natin siya kay B. Okay, yung idea nito, it should not be in B. Okay, ito yung example natin kanina. What is Z minus X? Start with Z, A, D, B. Pag nakita mo siya sa X, tatanggalin mo siya. So, si B ay nandito. So, tatanggalin natin itong B. Si A ay nandito. Tatanggalin natin A. So, matitira ay D na lang. Set containing D. Okay, so ganun lang ha. You start with the first set. Tapos magbura-bura ka based so kung anong laman ng second set. How about X minus Y? Pause the video, pag-isipan. Okay, dito marami nang nalilito kasi walang common si X and Y. E di walang problema, just take all of X. Kasi ang idea, you start with X. Pag nakita mo siya dito, tanggalin. Eh wala namang C dito. Walang D kay X. Di, walang matatanggal. You get all of it. It's precisely X. How about Y minus Z? Di C, again, start with Y. C and D ang laman. Tanggalin yung mga na kay Z. A, wala naman tong A, okay lang. B, ay tatanggal. Dito tayo magtatanggal. Wala tayong pakialam kay Z. Dito tayo magtatanggal. Si B, wala namang B dito. So, ang matitira ay C. Question. Paano kapag X minus the null set? So, ano ang matitira? Ay, yung null set minus any set. Ano ang matitira? Lalabas ito sa quiz. Pag-isipan. Isa pang idadagdag natin dito na lalabas din sa quiz ay tulad nito. What if X and Y ay walang overlap? A, B, tsaka C, D, wala silang common. Ano ang mangyari when you subtract one with the other? Ano ang matitira dito? Okay, pag-isipan. Next operation ay yung complement. Ang symbol natin ay literal na letter C, complement. Para siyang exponent. A complement ang basa dito. Some books, they use prime, A prime, to denote the complement, or pwede rin A bar. That's also read as A complement. Ang A complement ay lahat ng nasa universal set and at the same time, it should not be in A. So, madali lang. Ibig sabihin, start with the universe. Lahat ng laman ni A, tanggalin mo. So, yun yung kung ano yung matira, that's the complement. Which makes sense. Kasi yun yung ibig sabihin ng complement, diba? Somehow, parang kabaligtaran. Kabaligtaran siya ni A. Pero dapat nasa universe pa rin siya. At dito, nagiging mahalaga yung universal set. So, suppose the universal set is the set of natural numbers. Remember yan, sa ating class ay 1, 2, 3, and so on. And consider set E, the positive even integers, 2, 4, 6. What is E complement? Pause the video, pag-isipan. So again, you start with the set of natural numbers, pero tatanggalin mo yung mga 2, 4, 6. Ang matitira lang ay 1, 3, 5. Precisely the odd integers, odd positive integers. Paano? Ito yung sinasabi natin. When dealing with the complement, the universal set matters. In this case, paano pag ang universal set natin ay set of integers? So remember, ang set of integers ay yung mga natural numbers, si 0, tsaka yung negatives. Okay. Tas E is still the same set. Ano yung complement? Pause the video, pag-isipan. Okay, so dito, the negative numbers will be unaffected. So, hindi sila matatanggal. And 0 will also be unaffected. Tapos, copy-paste na lang yung kanina. So, si 2, 4, 6 matatanggal. So, ang matitira ay positive 1, positive 3, positive 5, and so on. That will be the answer. Si 0, mga positive odd integers, saka yung mga negative integers. Okay, paano kapag for any set, for any universal set, what is the complement of the universal set? How about the complement of the null set? Yan ay ilalabas sa ating quiz. Pag-isipan. And the last concept for the day ay cardinality. The cardinality is simply the number of elements in the set. Ito yung mas magandang notation, n, to remind us that we are counting the number of elements in A. Ganun natin siya babasahin, cardinality of A. Sa ibang books, ganito yung ginagamit nila to denote cardinality. Yung iba naman, mas fancy pa. Ganito yung ginagamit. 2 to the A to denote the... Ay, hindi pala. Iba pala to. Sino ang naka-encounter na nito? Hindi pala yung cardinality ha. Mali ako. Ano ito? Okay, that is called the power set of A. Pero hindi na natin to i-discuss. Iba pala yan. Iba. Erase, erase. Okay, so, ito lang. Ito yung isa pang alternative sa cardinality ni A. Okay, very simple. X contains ABC. What is the cardinality? Of course, it is 3. At kaya mahalaga yan. No? Kasi kunyari, ganito siya sinulat. What is the cardinality of A? Ito yung set. Ayan, it's not 6. It is still 3. Kaya mas magandang isulat na lang natin one at a time. Walang multiplicities. Question, what is the cardinality of the empty set? Ayan ay lalabas sa quiz. Okay, ito na yung last example for the day, the mind toot example. Ito yung counterpart nung sa logic last time, this sentence is false. Again, this looks like it looks like a logical proposition. Pero we have shown last week na ito pala ay hindi proposition, kahit mukha siyang proposition. Ito yung counterpart niya sa sets. Consider set S such that S contains all x's such that x is not in S. Ulit ha. S is a set containing all the things such that that something is not in S. So what is weird about this naka-scare quotes na set? Okay, pause the video at pag-isipan. Okay, again, make sure na nagets natin yung meaning ng set builder notation. So whenever you see this, x such that x has property P, at tawagin natin tong set na to as A, ang ibig sabihin niyan ay ang laman ni A ay lahat ng bagay that has property P. And said another way, lahat ng bagay na wala nung property P, it will not be in A. Ulit ha. Ibig sabihin, dalawang bagay yung sinasabi nitong description na ito. Dalawang bagay ang kanyang sinasabi. If an object has property P, then that object will be in set A. Okay? If an object does not have property P, then that object will not be in set A. So, yun ang sinasabi nitong set builder notation. Okay. What is weird about this set? Sige, tingnan natin. Tulad last week, mas madaling i-consider yung negative case. So, case 1, dalawa lang naman yung possibility. Either x is in S or x is not in S. Mas madaling i-consider yung negative. If x is not in S, look at the description. The description is if x is not in S, then it will be in S. Kasi nasatisfy itong property na ito eh. Tama no? If it satisfies the property, it will be in the set. X is not in S, it satisfies the property. It satisfies the property. Therefore, X is in S. It is in the set. Ayan, no? Contradiction yan. It is not in S, but at the same time, it is in S. How about the other set? The other case. If X is not in S, then it does not satisfy the property. hindi niya nasa-satisfy yung property, therefore it will not be in the set. Therefore, X will not be in the set. Ayan. Oh. Pag siya ay nasa S daw, siya ay wala sa S. Pag siya ay wala sa S, siya ay nasa S. So, that's a contradiction. So, therefore, what can you say about this set? The answer is, it is not a set. It only looks like a set kasi yung pagkakasulat niya mukha siyang set X such that X is something. But in fact, it is not a set pala. So this thing that we just discussed is called the Russell's paradox. It is named after the famous English British mathematician, philosopher, and logician Bertrand Russell. He described this set in 1901. And huling hirit, there is a layman's version to the Russell's paradox. It is called the Barber paradox. Kasi medyo mahirap to intindihin ng normal na tao. So let us look at this example. Si Bob daw is a barber who only shaves men who do not shave themselves. Ulit ha. Ang sinishave niya lang ay yung mga taong hindi sinishave yung kanilang sarili. Does Bob shave himself or not? And for simplicity, ano na lang, for simplicity, itong men ay mga biological men yung pinag-uusapan. And of course, Bob is a man. Yun yung assumption natin para wala nang pilosopuhan. So, does Bob shave himself or not? Okay, I will leave this exercise to you. Sana mahilo kayo sa pag-iisip dito. You will see that it is the non-mathematical counterpart of Russell's paradox. Okay, that's the lesson for the day. Thank you for listening. If possible, please take the quiz now para wala na tayong gagawin next week. Thank you guys for listening. See you next week.